He was kind of the peacemaker in the family. He's the oldest of three, so he was kind of the leader. And he always was very positive and a fun kid. He loved to play jokes on people, and he loved magic tricks, and he loved to keep up with baseball and football statistics. That was a big thing with him. When he was about 12, he told his dad and me, he said, "I'm going to be a priest." And we went, "Yeah, right, okay, sure." You know, he had been wanting to be other things up to that point. So we just kind of said, okay, that's fine. But then he never really changed his mind.
Gary and I were in 6th grade together. We had moved from Michigan, and I was new to the school. And they had safety patrol, which we now know as crossing guards. But at that time, they didn't have just a crossing guard. We actually were several blocks away from the school. Gary had been at the school for a while, and so he was like a captain or general or something. And I joined because I was new and wanted something to do. And I was assigned to his corner. I don't think we were in the same class, but he sort of took me under his wing and made sure that I didn't let somebody get run over or something like that. And in 6th grade, you probably don't consider it nurturing, but he wasn't willing to toss me under the new kid bus, if you want to put it that way.
I think we first met up at Camp Capers, and that was so long ago, I'm not sure I want to remember when it was, but we were both relatively young priests because I'm a later vocation, and I've considered Gary a good friend and admired him as a priest all that time.
Well, Gary and I were really good friends for a while, and then we started dating, and the rest, I guess, is history. He started out in Corpus Christi. We moved to Del Rio, and that's where we started our family. From there, we moved to Brownsville and added one more family member, and then we moved to San Antonio.
We were at a Pizza Hut. I was maybe like 10 years old, maybe a little older, and there was this woman with, it was pretty clear that she had some mental health problems, and she was there with her nurse, and we were just picking up a pizza to go. We weren't eating there or anything, and he looked over at him and he paid for their check, and I was standing there, and he told him not to tell him who it was or anything like that, and then we left, and he never mentioned it to me. I mean, we didn't talk about it or anything, but I've always remembered that. I don't even know if he remembers doing that, but I definitely remember that.
He would never come home with the stress of his job. He would always just come home and be happy and want to play games and want to hang out with us, and that, I think, is one of my favorite things about him.
I think my dad is the perfect person to honor with the Good Samaritan Award because he always thinks of others before himself, and he taught us to do the same. Even if we don't always succeed, we always have his example to turn to.
We met Gary when he first graduated from seminary and moved down to Corpus Christi and served at Good Shepherd, our home parish.
And even though he was not there long, our paths continued to grow together, and we became friends with both Gary and Catherine. Been blessed to share a long, very valued friendship.
I guess you'd first say I knew of Gary Lillibridge. He and Catherine were at St. James Episcopal Church in Del Rio. This was after I'd grown and left, but Gary was the rector out there.
Everybody knows Gary through the diocese and his work, and I think people have high regard for him. But you're going to find some people who say that he is profane and mean-spirited, but those are just the ones who play golf with him.
Well, I first met Gary when he was rector at St. David's, and he and I seemed to just get along together right away, and I had a great appreciation for him. I saw him bring us together, and particularly with Good Samaritan Center, Gary showed significant leadership.
We have known Gary and Catherine a long time.
Right. I met him first at Camp Capers when he was activities director and in charge of organizing all the people and games and daily activities at Camp Capers.
And he still does that today. Our families vacation together, and when we go to Lost Canyon, he's still organizing activities and games.
Right. He knows more card games than any person I know.
Outdoor games. And I think the reason we love Gary and Catherine so much is his ability to have fun, watching us have fun.
That's his favorite thing, and we love him.
I first met Gary when I was at Camp Capers. He was activities director, and I think I was about 9 or 10. So he was on and off at camp, and really that's the way that I first got to know him.
And I'm grateful for Gary's leadership as a priest, because when I met him when I was a young teenager in Corpus Christi, he was responsible for getting me involved in the Episcopal Church. And so I ended up at Camp Capers as a counselor. That's where I met Judy in 1984. And it's just been a great ride, and Gary's responsible for my involvement as an Episcopalian.
You know, my sense of Gary's work is that he's really shown the love of Christ through patient dialogue with different sides and disagreements in the church since he came in. You know, he came in at a pretty difficult time, and he's done a good job uniting the church, keeping it together.
I really think that he sees Christ in every person, and I can't think of a more suitable standard to win that award.
In many cases, when people wanted some good advice, that they could count on Gary for it.
I think that he is the perfect honoree this year, because he has taught us how to look beyond ourselves and to look at those different from us. And isn't that what the Good Samaritan did? He looked at someone different than himself, and Gary's ability to help us be introspective as we learn and grow in our faith. So that's what I think that he's the perfect honoree.
Hello to my colleague, my brother, and my good friend, Bishop Gary Lillibridge. Bishop Gary, you have served remarkably and well, and the Good Samaritan Award that you are receiving is a sign of all the work that you have done for our Lord Jesus, following in his footsteps by serving those who are in deep need. We thank you for that. We thank you for all the ways you serve our Lord, all the ways you serve our church, all the ways you serve the human family. Thank you, my brother. God bless you, and congratulations.
I also believe that he's an incredible role model of what it means to be a humble servant leader. He's also an incredible visionary. He's able to see the big picture, identify the needs, and then invite others along with him to live out the path to see those needs met.
Well, for me, I go back to the ordination service when he was made bishop. And it says, "Will you be merciful to all, show compassion to the poor and strangers, and defend those who have no helper." This really personifies Gary. The way I've always known him, that's just who he is. It's part of his core values.
My friend, thank you for all you've done. We are so proud of who you are.
Congratulations. It is well deserved.
Congratulations, Gary. What a nice honor. And I think you honor Good Samaritan as well. So I'm really happy for you and for Good Samaritan Center. Thank you.
Congratulations, Gary, on this wonderful honor. Well deserved, and couldn't be happier for you today.
Gary, congratulations. You just exemplify all that this award stands for. Thank you for your ministry, thank you for your friendship, and thank you for your leadership.
Hey Gary, well done. Congratulations. The award fits you perfectly, and it's probably even long overdue. Proud of you.
Gary, it's been nearly 50 years that we've been good friends, and when I was thinking about what I wanted to say to you, the words didn't really come, and then one morning I heard something that I think God put in my ears, and it really fit. It's a saying that I believe describes you better than anyone I know. Many people come in and out of our lives, but only true friends leave footprints on your heart. And that's the way I feel about you, Gary. And congratulations, this is a great honor. It's well deserved.
Gary, it's no surprise that you were chosen for the Good Samaritan Award. We're proud of you. We wish we could be there to celebrate with you, but congratulations.
Attaboy, Lily.
Well, Gary, tonight we're all here together, people who've worked with you, who are your friends, your associates, and are grateful to you for all that you've done for us, and want to wish you so much of happiness and health, and thank you for being such a good Samaritan and doing the things we're given to do as faithful witnesses of Christ our Lord. Thank you, Gary. Thank you for that.
Well, Dad, thanks. You deserve this. Congratulations. And I can't think of anybody better to be getting this award. And just thanks for everything that you've done these last 22 years for me. And I know you're going to keep being a good Samaritan, and just keep it up.
Congratulations, Dad. I love you.
Hi, Gary. This is so much fun, and I know that everybody is very proud of you for all you have done.
Congratulations, Dad. I love you. I'm happy to call you my dad.
Hey, Gary. I'm really happy for you, proud of you. I love you very much, and I'm glad that we're spending our life together.